Well, hello there, motherfuckers. So today I was at work perusing Instagram on my break, and I couldn't help but notice a little Instagram post on the WWE Instagram. Now, I've talked about this a number of times about how Instagram is pretty cringy for, you know, the wrestlers. You know, I talked about in my SmackDown review how, you know, you had Sonya Deville adding, you know, at the WWE Instagram, like, where's my title shot? Like, kind of forgetting that she's playing a role on a TV show, and I don't know if she was trying to get into character to entertain people on social media. But it just seems foolish. And that type of stuff wasn't even necessary back in the day. And it doesn't really do anybody any favors. It doesn't do her any favors by doing that. But anyway, let's talk about this cringy post. Because, you know, you talk about individual accounts being cringy. John Cena versus Becky Lynch dream match. And whoever is in charge of the WWE Instagram, because, you know, it's not McMahon or Stephanie or Triple H or even Shane McMahon posting that. You know, they hired somebody to create content for the Instagram, but, you know, you'd like to imagine that it probably gets approved. But then again, no, because we see plenty of people blogging for various publications. And, you know, it turned out that, like, their higher-ups weren't, like, aware of what they posted in numerous situations. We've seen a lot of journalists last year getting fired over this. Usually it was on their personal, you know, Twitter accounts and stuff like that. But, you know, sometimes it happened on their official pages. There's been a lot of different things where the companies weren't aware. But, like, okay, first of all, not only is this super cringy, but first of all, it flies in the face of everything that they've been working for since the PG era started. Where do I begin on this rant? Like, I don't know. There's so many different avenues you could go here. So let's just start with probably the best thing possible. The fact that it's just cringy as fuck. So you've got a 260-pound... 6'2", 6'3", John Cena. I mean, Cena's powerful as all hell. This guy squats like how many 45 plates, you know, on the end of that Olympic bar. I mean, the guy is jacked. He's leaned out a bit, which people are giving some shit about, but it's quite, you know, to be honest, most people out there will never look like that. So John Cena is probably also one of the most powerful wrestlers that have ever stepped foot into a wrestling ring. You know, probably even more powerful than Hulk Hogan. I mean, we're talking about, you know, Hulk Hogan might have body slammed Andre the Giant. I don't know if he was ever capable of lifting him up on his shoulders. Possibly. But, you know, John Cena has actually picked up Big Show, picked up Mark Henry, picked up some big, heavy motherfuckers, and not only kept them on his, you know, put them on his shoulders, but he's kept them there for several seconds before dropping them down for the slam. And, you know, it's impressive. I mean, it shows that this guy is really fucking powerful. So when you put him in a, you know, of course this match will never happen. Of course this isn't a real thing. Of course this is just for fun. But it's the premise it puts about, and it shows that they're hypocrites. And it's just stupid. It truly is. Like back in the day, say WWE did have an Instagram. Would they show Stone Cold versus Sable and be like, who you got? I mean, no, they wouldn't, because that would be dumb. And based on the audience at that time, that was overwhelmingly, you know, a very mature audience that was looking for a very mature product. And there's still people who are looking for that. Most of those people have left, but you wouldn't see that. And that would be something promotional, because that's what you could kind of consider. This is like supplemental material. I mean, this type of cringe is not very far off from what we see on the actual product on Raw and SmackDown. But, you know, if if anything, like, you know, we don't want them to get any ideas, but they're not going to do this. This is why it's so fucking stupid. You know, even if this was a possibility, and even if, you know, we could get into that it's the PG era, you know, we could connect these two together for what I'm about to say, because I just mentioned about how John Cena is one of the most powerful wrestlers of all time. You know, you might as well put Brock Lesnar in there while you're at it. But John Cena, you know, has an even better build than Brock Lesnar. He's probably even more powerful than Brock Lesnar. You know, it's arguable, but I think it may be true. And John Cena is a man. He is? Well, yeah, I think he is. Okay, I understand that, you know, WWE likes to try to sell the fact now that the women and the men are, you know, equal. And nobody's not saying that there haven't been a number of occasions where the women have stolen the show. I mean, you know, it's quite obvious that, like, TLC, like, the women had the best performance on the show. That kind of goes without saying. But the women shouldn't be put in that spot, because I don't give a fuck what anybody says. You know, like, if you're a man and you have any type of, you know, male instincts, you don't want to see women get hurt. And it's not like kayfabe getting hurt. It's really getting hurt. I mean, how many concussions do we have to see this year? I mean, you know, Alexa Bliss is still not back in action. We've seen Paige's career come to an end. Alexa Bliss's career is probably going to come to an end by the way I'm looking at things. You know, and we've seen so many other concussions this year, including the girl that they're putting against John Cena in this dream matchup. She's a woman. She's okay. You know, I posted this on my my Instagram. I think, did I repost it or didn't I? I don't really remember, but if I didn't, I meant to post it, and I probably will for people you know, who aren't aware of it. But Becky Lynch probably weighs, I don't know, 110 pounds soaking wet, probably on her best day. I could be wrong about that, but how tall is Becky Lynch? Is she 5'2"? Is she 5'3"? She might even be shorter than that. It doesn't matter. Even that, she could be in the best shape of her life. You know, she could be physically fit, and she is. Why would anybody, like, even dream up of this match? I mean, you know, it should be like a no-brainer. John Cena, it's like if some fucking moron said, like, wouldn't it be awesome to see Conor McGregor versus Ronda Rousey? And there were a few people who said that. And that might be where they got this from. But, you know, it was maybe just a joke. I really hope that people weren't serious. And I like to think sometimes when it comes to MMA, people are really not that serious because they're not as deranged as wrestling fans. You know, not even anywhere close. I'm not saying that there isn't some horrible UFC fans that, you know, take things way too far and obsessive to the point where they just start saying ridiculous things about the product that they're watching. But, you know, when it comes to wrestling, the YWC and the entire IWC are deranged lunatics. A great percentage from what I have observed. Not everybody, but a great majority. You know, or, you know, a great portion, I should probably say, to be fair. Now, okay, so it's a woman versus a man. So that alone is just stupid, and to call it a dream match. And, you know, this, of course, is peddling off of the fact that we had the SmackDown segment that, you know, people were ranting and raving about how Becky Lynch did such a great job. Of course, if you watch my SmackDown review, you already know how I feel about it. Not that Becky Lynch did a bad job, but she was a try-hard. And I just, you know, I don't think I really put into perspective of, you know, just how much they made Becky Lynch emasculate John Cena. They made him kind of stand there and take all this shit from Becky Lynch, and they've done this on a number of occasions. She did it to Edge. Who else has she done it to? You know, I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. And, you know, like, first of all, she's not a man, and calling her, you know, a man is just so stupid, especially when they're pushing this whole, you know, women's evolution thing. I kind of get it. I'll play devil's advocate like I do a lot of times, you know, like in these videos, and I'll say, like, okay, they're saying, like, she's, like, so, you know, good that she's the man, you know, like, she's like a man. But see, like, then when you kind of think about it, it's like, why would they even want to compare her to a man if that's what they're trying to steer clear of? It's just, it's so fucking stupid. And you can see it's like they're going, you know, they're really trying to cater to a certain group here. They're really trying to cater to like a feminist type of, you know, undertone. Well, it's really more like an overtone now, because it's not so subtle. If it was subtle, then we could probably classify it as an undertone. But now it's a fucking overbearing overtone, right? So we can pretty much, you know, put it into that column right there. Put a nice little check after it. Thank you very much. But that, the shit is, it's annoying is what it is. It's like Cena is standing there. I mean, and what was it with Edge? Remember? Oh, don't, you know, watch your neck on the way out. You know, like, don't fucking injure yourself again. Like, first of all, that comment was just like, you know, first of all, to like, you know, go off of somebody's like neck injury like that, and it coming from Becky Lynch, and not have Edge say anything back. I mean, that just made him look so fucking bad. That's a Hall of Famer right there. You inducted him into your Hall of Fame, and this is how you want people's... That was the last time we saw Edge in the WWE, and that's the last memory that you wanted us to have of him, you know, until we see him next time. And John Cena, he just got back, and what is the greeting that he gets? Oh, you know, Nikki Bella, you know, left you and all this shit, and making him look like, you know. And first of all, he, you know, had already kind of made fun of himself and said that Nikki Bella dumped him. So, like, I don't even get it, but they just made him look inferior, or I should say they attempted to make Cena look inferior to Becky. But because Cena has such natural energy and such a presence, you know, Becky Lynch's bullshit didn't work. And I'm sorry to say this. I understand that Becky is probably giving it her best shot, but that might be the problem. I think she's doing a bit too much. She's overacting is probably the best word. Forget about being a try-hard and all this stuff and everything. I mean, that term applies, but, you know, what they're doing out there is acting, so it's not like trying hard to be tough. It's just doing a bad job at acting. This is tough. I'm the man. This is tough. Don't forget about the man, you know, when she starts talking really fast like this. It's like, you know, that's not really tough. That's not being the man. That's just coming off, you know, like a fucking geek. I mean, really, it's like, you know, you kind of see that she's, like, pretty goofy. And, I mean, that's nice. I'm sure she's a very nice girl in real life and everything like that. You know, and she looks incredible. She really does. You know, I can't stress enough that, you know, Becky Lynch is a really good-looking woman. And, you know, I've praised her in the past, so don't give me shit about it. It's just I don't like this character. I think it's stupid. I think it's dumb. I don't like anything really about it that much. It's like, I think it's like a good idea that she was the nice girl, that she felt like she was taken advantage of by her friend and shit, but, you know, by Charlotte and all that. But it's just, she's trying so fucking hard. And okay, so, you know, we've talked enough about she's a try-hard and all this, and they made Cena look inferior. They you know, they cut their balls off and all that in order to attempt to try to get Becky Lynch over, and she's no more over. The ratings are still fucking piss poor, so it's not really doing anything for everybody. Well, you know, why does it matter if you get somebody over? If your ratings are still that fucking low, and you're trying to get somebody over. So the thing is, like, why did you even take the title off of her? That's what doesn't even make any sense. You took the title off of Becky Lynch, and I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because she's not really ready to get back in the ring from the concussion. But then why the hell did they make her jump off a fucking ladder at TLC? So I don't know. I really don't know. But here's the thing. if they are so much with, you know, there's no intentional violence, you know, to a woman, they're only allowed to, like, do something to a woman, like what you saw on SmackDown, you know, if, like, the woman gets squished by accident, and it's, like, indirect violence to them. So, you know, and they had a lot of trouble with sponsors pulling out, you know, during the end of the Attitude Era, all stemming back from when the Dudley Boys put Stacy Keibler through a table on SmackDown. We've talked about this in the past. We've talked about this for years. You already know it. Go research it. You know, it's interesting to know where it all started from. So in the PG era, they totally did away with the violence on women. And so, why, if there's no women violence allowed, we're not even allowed to have intergender tag team matches, you know, at the very least, why even put this premise about, like, that, who wants to see a dream match? So if, like, everybody commented positively, are you going to give us that match? Probably not, because that's not what you're going for. You don't want that type of stigma floating around in the, you know, in the WWE, you know, especially right now when you're so politically correct and you've built everything, you know, trying to appease, you know, so many different groups. And I mean, the funny thing is that they try to be so global and try to be so accepting. And the thing is that no one even fucking watches the show. I mean, they cater and try to be so politically correct. And that would make sense if this was like a show that was watched really by millions upon millions of people. But like only a couple million people watch this now. So it's like, so you, like, what's the percentage of people that, you know, this even, you know, people would respond to this even? And you're not going to show the match. So what's the point of showing something so cringy like that even goes against your own morals? You know, morals, let's remember that. You know, we're going to go to Saudi Arabia, you know, where they mistreat women and all that, and treat them, you know, and they're subservient to men, you know, and all that, and we're going to take all the money on the table and forget about everything that we said with the women's evolution. Women aren't even allowed, you know, to be on the show, but that's all, you know, fine and well. Women's, you know, revolution, you know, evolution, pay-per-view, and all this fucking bullshit. You know, and then they're going to, like, turn around and say, hey, who wants to see John Cena and Becky Lynch kick the shit out of each other? And if you actually think that Becky Lynch would actually kick the shit out of John Cena, you know, and I saw plenty of people, I was very happy with the response on there, but I don't think that there was enough people that really, you know, brought to light the simple fact that one is a man and one is a woman. Forget about that, you know, John Cena, you know, is so much more accomplished than her and everything like that. It's like everyone should be responding, he's a man, she's a woman. That's why it's a stupid idea, you dumb fucks. I mean, like, honestly, I never, ever seen, I mean, this quite possibly is probably the worst thing I've seen from them on their social media. You notice it's very, very rare that I will post a video responding to something I see on social media from one of the wrestlers. I'll talk about it, like in a Raw or SmackDown in passing. Remember the last time was Braun Strowman, because, you know, when his character is the way how it is, that was really bad. The whole thing with the bullying and everything, you know, it just wasn't a good look. And this right here, this is a really bad look for WWE. It's so stupid and dumb and wrong on so many levels. So yeah, guys, you know, what can I say? WWE pretty much gets everything wrong. They get their TV shows wrong. They get their pay-per-views wrong. They get, you know, their style of marketing wrong. They get their social media wrong. I mean, there's not one thing this fucking company does right. I mean, they figured out how to make money, but the thing is, at the end of the year, when they're counting the amount of money they made, they really haven't profited that much. You know, let's all remember, you know, everyone's beloved NXT, they don't make any money on that. They, like, break even. And they said, you know, that's when they're lucky. I don't even think they break even anymore. From last I heard that they were actually taking a loss. So they do all those fucking shows, all those house shows, all those fucking pay-per-views at the Barclays Center. But at the end of the day, they're not even making a fucking dime off of it. They're spending many, many, many dimes to put those shows on, but they're not making anything. So, you know, it's like, this fucking company, they don't know, like, when to just stop and say, hey, you know, forget about that shit on Raw about the fresh start. I mean, like, you just look at this Instagram post and you see that, like, this company is not one that made a fresh start. This is a company that is just so fucking delusional, just so fucking dumb and out of touch and weird, first of all. Like, can we even just put that into perspective, just how weird this company is and just how bizarre Vince McMahon is? I mean, look at the guy on TV. That's not even his character. That never used to be his character, to be the weird old man. But this is who you see as running WWE. So, you know, get ready for more cringe in 2019, folks. And if you enjoyed this video, hit a thumbs up. If you didn't, hit a thumbs down and tell me why. Maybe you think this is a great dream match. I don't know why you would, but explain to me why in the comments. Hit the bell so you get all the notifications when I post all my new videos. Check out some of the other content I have posted here. And thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.